规则提供写封的基本情况 Personal information of Xiefeng. Xiefeng, March 32012. Translated by Tsong Long and edited by Care. As the founder of Life-Genuine, my role is to reap the ripe crops, initiate the Life-Genuine era for human beings, and lead Chanyuan Celestials to climb the highest realm of life and life. To people who are practicing self-cultivation, your focus should be on whether the road to which I am leading is clear and whether the values I promote are reasonable. My personal background information should not be too important, though I have mentioned some details in my articles, except for my true name and birth date. But there remain some people who are curious about me, so in order to satisfy them, I will reintroduce myself with information that can be verified by anyone. Everything in Life-Genuine is open to public. We are doing nothing mysterious, and there is nothing we wish to hide. As the founder of Life-Genuine, it is reasonable for me to expose everything about myself to the public because I do not want to appear furtive. My legal name on my ID, Zhang Zifan, Zhang Zifan. My birth date on my ID, July 17, 1957. My place of birth was Zhang Village, Lianhua Township, Yongjing County, Gansu Province, China, the intersection of the Yellow River and Disya River. The building of the Lujiaxia Reservoir caused us to relocate and the name of our local administrative area was renamed, so my original birthplace no longer exists. We then moved to Hetan Township, the autonomous county of Dongxiang Tribe, Gansu Province. Gender, male. Height, 172 centimeters, 5 feet 8 inches. Weight, 80 kilograms, 176 pounds. Personal appearance. I have been told that I was a handsome guy. Even now some people say that I am an old handsome guy. However, some people online said that I am really ugly. No. Middle school. The number 3 middle school of Dongxiang County. Technical college. Plier, Zhangjiago Geological Technical School, Department of Geological Minerals. College, Lanzhou College of Education. Transferred to Zhochuan College of Education. University, Advanced Class, majoring in International Trading, University of International Business and Economics in Beijing, China. Resume, in chronological order. Communist Party Branch Secretary, League Branch Secretary, Administrative Clerk, Accountant of the Production Brigade, in my hometown after I graduated from high school. Technician, Prospecting Team, Geological Mineral Department, Gansu Province. English Teacher, the Children's School for Prospecting Team, Geological Mineral Department, Gansu Province. Drilling Machine and Motorcycle Repairer Dash, the number 3 Hydrology Team in Zhochuan City, Geological Mineral Department. English Teacher Dash, the 2nd Middle School of Geological Mineral Department, Gansu Province. Statistical Officer, Lanzhou Yuzhong Prospecting Machinery Factory, Lanzhou City. Interpreter, a Chinese company in Zimbabwe, Africa. Self-employed, Zimbabwe, before I founded Life-Genuine. I was operating 2 grocery stores, a bar, a club, and a fast food restaurant. Political background, joined the Communist Party of China in 1975, and left the party automatically because of my engagement in overseas businesses. Although I am no longer a member of the Communist Party, I have never changed my faith to devote my life to the realization of it. Family background. I was born and brought up in a poor farming family. My father, a member of the Communist Party of China, he was a very firm believer and practitioner of communism and devoted his full life to it. My mother, a very hardworking and kind farmer and an obedient and capable wife. My wife, she is with me whenever I go and works with me. We change our living places quite often, and she is basically always beside me. She is now a Chanyuan Celestial and lives with me in the community too. Her room is next door to mine. My son, he went to overseas for middle school education when he was 11 and received his university education in USA. He is married now with a Native American girl and legally a citizen of USA. I wanted another child, a girl, but because of the birth control policy, I just have one child. Crime record. I never had any criminal activity and never did anything against law. My record is very clear. Religious background? When I was a child, I used to go to temple with my mother to worship some kind of Chinese gods like the Earth God, King of Dragon God, Erlangchen, etc. I got some knowledge about Taoism from my grandma and a little Buddhism from my mother. I knew some Islam from my Muslim colleague and also a little Hinduism from a few Indian people. I've learnt the Bible with Jehovah's Witnesses for 3 years and had been to the Kingdom Hall from time to time. Master, apart from my teachers of primary school, middle school, technical, school, college, and university, I never formally acknowledged someone as my master. So I don't have a master, and I was not imparted anything from a master. Interest, music. I composed 2 songs, The Magic Second Home, Now New Oasis for Life, and the school song for Life-Achanuan University. I like to play flute, harmonica, and dulcimer. Nickname. My Chinese language teacher of primary school called me the Phoenix in Heaven and was nicknamed Ancient King of Gusai Air by my students when I was a middle school teacher. I was once jeered by my colleagues, and they called me the half-celestial Zhang. Until now, Chanyuan Celestials called me the cool guide and loving guide. I was also nicknamed Shrew by some people outside Life-Achanuan. Recently, we are building some houses in the 4th branch. My brothers and sisters call me Zhouba Pai. In Chinese, it is used to describe a mean boss or leader. They intentionally called me this because I did a very tight work schedule for dozens of Chanyuan Celestials every day, so that nobody would have an idle moment. Moreover, I use a very loud speaker to play music at 7 o'clock in the morning. Once the music is on, everyone has to get up to work, and no one can sleep late. Hobby, flirting. I love to joke with my brothers and sisters. I like women. I like almost all women, but I never abandon the old when I have a new lover. This is basically everything about me. If anyone wants to know more, please ask, and I will certainly answer you. 道与上帝之道的区别. The difference between Tao and the way of the greatest creator. Xiefeng. February 12, 2019. Translated by Qin Yu and edited by Care. Ishian Celestial asked, Dear Guide, I came across a few questions while reading our corpus. As I could not figure them out, I can only ask for your advice. In the article, Where is and How Do We Revere the Greatest Creator? There are several paragraphs. This universe has 20 parallel worlds within 36 dimensional spaces. Where does the greatest creator reside in such a vast universe? The essence of the greatest creator is in the zero world of the 36 dimensional spaces, and the zero world is the node, the 0 point that consists of the 20 parallel worlds, namely, the 0 point of the geometric XYZ axis. This 0 point connects with the 20 parallel worlds and is the command center of the universe as our brains and central nervous systems are to our bodies. Everything in the universe is a manifestation of the consciousness of the greatest creator, which is Tao. This is like everything created on the earth, except for the natural material, is a manifestation of human consciousness. Constitutional law is the embodiment of the collective consciousness of all people. It can be said that human consciousness is constitutional law. Tao is the spirit of the greatest creator, and all things run in Tao and are ultimately dominated by it. Therefore, all things are of the spirit of the greatest creator. That is, all things have spirit. Thus, we conclude that the essence of the greatest creator is in the zero world, but the spirit of the greatest creator is in all things, just as the Chinese president's body is in Zongnanhai in Beijing, but his reach extends throughout China. My questions are: how do we understand the meaning and the relationship among the above-mentioned, the essence of the greatest creator, the consciousness of the greatest creator, and the spirit of the greatest creator? There are 20 parallel worlds and 36 dimensional spaces. Does the universe here refer to the large universe, or the Earth universe, the small universe? If it refers to the Earth universe, then is the essence of the greatest creator in the Earth universe? How to understand the meaning of Tao and the way of the greatest creator? Is there a difference between the two? Xiefeng's answers. The essence of the greatest creator is the non-material structure of its life. Its consciousness is its soul, and its spirit is its energy. These are the 3 constituent elements of the universe: consciousness, structure, and energy. It only refers to the Earth universe, and yes, Tao is the general law and principle of the universe. The main content of the way of the greatest creator is to act in accordance with the creator's intention. That is, to act in accordance with natural principles. 是什么原因促使比干丞相听到这一句话时登时就气绝身亡? What caused Prime Minister Baigan to die? Immediately when he heard Daji's words. Xiefeng. April 29, 2019. Translated by Qinyu and edited by Care. Tianfeng Celestial asked about a part in my corpus that reads, but Baigan died immediately when he heard Daji, who was disguised as a vegetable seller, selling water spinach, heartless vegetables, say, vegetables can live without hearts, but humans must die without them. Why? She asked. Was it because Daji's words blocked his thinking and forced his soul to leave his body? We know that when the soul leaves the body, the latter dies. She wrote further, I want to ask you, dear guide, if Prime Minister Baigan was so powerful that even after his heart was dug out, his consciousness and mental activity still existed and his soul was still attached to his body, then why did he die immediately when he heard what Daji said? Could the reason have been that his thinking power was less powerful than Daji's, or were other reasons such as faith involved? Could it have been that he believed Daji's words, that humans must die without hearts, and doing so caused his mind to be blocked, his soul to leave his body, and him to die? Was it his belief that ultimately killed him? Xiefeng's answer. There were 3 reasons for what happened. Prime Minister Baigan did not know the essence of life, so he was easily fooled by listening to other people's nonsense. His thinking power was not as powerful as Daji's, so he was killed by Daji's power of thinking. He firmly believed that humans cannot live without hearts, and it was that limitation in his thinking that killed him. These were the 3 reasons for his death. 宝贝草请教导游生命篇中几个问题. Chanyuan Celestials asked the guide several questions about the chapter of life. Xiefeng. March 23, 2020. Translated by Qinyu and edited by Care. Treasure Celestial. Genes, the building blocks of life, are seen as the human genome with scientific instruments, are not life's actual essence, but only an expression of the sealed book of life. Question. Can we understand and translate the book of life into the code of life? Answer. The book of life is similar to the code of life, but they are not equal. The former is broad while the latter is narrow. The former is infinite while the later is limited. Yangla Celestial. The chapter of life says that cloning increases the amount of life. Take humans for example. Human bodies consist of trillions of cells. The universe is holographic and so are human bodies. A person can be cloned from any cell from any person. Besides, the consciousness of life is rooted in its structure. As long as its structure does not change, the person cloned possesses the consciousness of the original person. Question. Cloning creates a new physical structure, but if there is no new spirit body to live within it, will this physical structure automatically produce the same consciousness as the original person? Answer. Yes, but cloning is against the way of nature. It is evil, and it will be punished. Yangla Celestial. The chapter of life says that, under the permission and acquiescence of the greatest creator and the leadership of gods, angels began to create lives, especially human ones, according to the life blueprint endowed by him. However, because of the shortage of lower-level spaces of life, this creation destroyed life's balance of symmetry. He then implemented 2 great life extinction events on the earth in which most lives were transferred to the Een world, the Hell world. In this way, many lives were treated unjustly. So in order to balance things out, the greatest creator created the 1,000-year world, 10,000-year world, and the Elysium world. Since then, the quantity of life in the universe has reached its limit, and thus its total quantity was strictly determined. Question. This shows that the births of those 2 worlds were earlier than that of the earth. Is that true? Answer. In the beginning, there were no worlds in the scope of life. Since the archangel became arrogant, the world appeared. Therefore, the 36-dimensional spaces were born at almost the same time. As a star, the Earth must be more recent than the 1,000-year world, 10,000-year world, but humans were not on the Earth in the beginning. 8 Secrets on Life and Samsara talks about the imprints of life's reincarnation, which says that to ascend our lives to heaven, we must eliminate all the imprints of being a person. My question is, What does the imprints of being a person refer to? Answer. It is the memory of all experiences as a mortal person. The preface of the chapter of life says that, by being careless, human life structures can degrade to those of animals such as dogs and pigs, but by being careful, those same human life structures can change into goblins, spirits, celestial beings, and Buddhas. Question. There is no doubt that when a human's life structure morphs into being an animal, it will have dropped to a lower level, but when it becomes a spirit, goblin, celestial being, or Buddha, will it have ascended to a higher level? I understand that spirits, goblins, celestial beings, and Buddhas are beings at equivalent energy level but at opposite poles. As it is possible for people to cultivate into being spirits and goblins, then my question is, does cultivation into those types represent an upgrade of a life structure? Answer. Spirits, goblins, celestial beings, and Buddhas belong to the same level, but they are all higher than people. If a person becomes one of them, then it would be an upgrade of life. 肉体有病者能否去天堂也答入灵草问. Can individuals with physical illnesses reach heaven? A response to the inquiry of ruling celestial. Xiefeng. June 28, 2022. Translation edited by Qin Yu. A human life consists of two parts, the physical body and the spiritual body. The physical body returns to dust while the spiritual body goes either through transmigration to heaven or to other spaces. From this, we understand that it's the spiritual body that goes to heaven, and the physical body cannot. Therefore, even if the physical body is ill or reduced to a mere pile of mud, it does not affect the spiritual body's journey to heaven. The physical body belongs to the material world, adhering to its laws. It originates from the material world and ultimately returns to it. The spiritual body comes from the non-material world and follows its laws, ultimately returning to the non-material world. Any form of life with a physical body will inevitably fall ill and die. In this sense, even saints fall ill, and even saints die. While the spiritual body governs the physical body, it does not mean that consciousness entirely controls the birth, aging, illness, and death of the physical body. Consciousness can only govern the actions of the body, not its metabolism, aging, or illnesses. The health of the body is influenced not only by consciousness and emotions, but also by the laws and rules of the material world, especially uncontrollable factors such as cosmic rays, pollution, food toxins, and so on. Hence, even the sick can journey to heaven. The standard for reaching heaven is the perfection of the spiritual body, not dependent on the health of the physical body. Even those afflicted with terminal illnesses will not affect the perfect spiritual body's journey to heaven. One crucial truth to understand is that the imperfections of the spiritual body directly influence the well-being of the physical body. Psychological and emotional factors such as excessive selfishness, frequent anger, rage, emotional volatility, jealousy, a tendency to compare oneself with others, and other mental and emotional states can impact physical health. In this sense, illnesses often stem from an unhealthy consciousness and psychological flaws. Those who are unwell should remain vigilant and enhance their spiritual practices, paying closer attention to the teachings of gods, Buddhas, and saints. There's a phenomenon to grasp. A person with a pure soul who engages in extensive formless alms-giving but frequently falls ill, enduring physical torment and suffering. This, in fact, is a tremendous occurrence. It's the cosmic arrangement for them to swiftly repay karmic debts from previous lives, enabling them to bypass the suffering of reincarnation and proceed directly to heaven in this life. Another truth to comprehend is that those who enter heaven while ill almost always reach the lowest level of heaven's life space, such as the 1,000-year world. It's challenging for them to reach the intermediate and advanced spaces of heaven, like the 10,000-year world and the Elysium Islands continent. The illness of the physical body is an appearance. Whether a life is truly ill cannot be determined from its appearance. Some people who seemingly ill are actually not, and vice versa. For example, if someone's leg is crippled but, in their dreams, the leg is perfectly fine, then their leg is actually intact, which does not affect the completeness and perfection of their life, nor does it hinder their journey to heaven. The best way for life to end is to peacefully pass away without illness, and the best path to death is to peacefully fall asleep without attachments, never waking up the next day. However, for practitioners, once they know their destination and yearn for it, it's best to control their date of death by using the Life-Genuine meditation method. Some very ordinary individuals are natural seeds of heaven. They come to the world for special reasons. They don't need cultivation, practices, merit accumulation, nor do they need to seek guidance from gods, Buddhas, or saints. They directly go to heaven after death. This is beyond my scope of analysis. I only seek the Chanyuan celestials who were naturally born but have long forgotten their way back. Others are not within my sphere of attention or concern. 角色演得好不好是演员的事，答地球草。Whether an actor performs well is up to the actor. A response to Dicho Celestial. Xiefeng. November 22nd, 2015. Translation edited by Qin Yu. Dicho Celestial. Is it predetermined which actor can perform well in a play and who cannot? Can one decide if they can perform well, and is it within their control? If it's up to oneself, does not that mean everyone can perform well in a play and be rewarded to go to heaven? If it's not up to oneself, does that imply everything has already been arranged and one can only follow a set path? Due to my clumsiness, I am here seeking help from the guide. Response. The plot and roles in a script are already determined and standardized. Who plays these roles? It's decided based on an actor's virtues, blessings, character, expertise, and their spiritual level. Who takes on a role is primarily decided by the karmic reward and punishment mechanism of the Tao. The director can select, but it's not entirely at the director's personal discretion. It's determined by the actor's conditions. For instance, if someone cast a play Mao Zedong is too short or too thin, they are not suitable for the role, so the director can only select someone resembling Mao Zedong. As for performing well, it's not determined by the plot or the Tao, nor by the director. It's decided by oneself. For example, portraying a Chanyuan celestial, the script outlines requirements and standards. Whether one can meet these standards is entirely up to the person playing the role. For instance, if the script prohibits one-on-one relationships but the actor insists on doing so, they haven't played the role well. The play hasn't been performed well. Why do the Chanyuan celestials need to eventually reach the state of eightfold liberation? Because only by reaching to the state of eightfold liberation can the play be performed well. Otherwise, there will often be omissions. Consistently having omissions will not lead to obtaining immortality, failing to achieve immortality, never realizing one's greatest wishes, and never escaping the cycle of reincarnation. From this, it's clear that an actor's failure to perform a role well is determined by their imperfect self-awareness and imperfect mental state. This cannot be shifted blame to the script, the Tao, or the director. If the performance fails, it's not the fault of the script or the director. It's an individual matter. The world is faultless. All faults lie within us. Success has one reason. Failure has a million reasons. An actor who fails can only find the reasons for failure within themselves. Those who attribute the reasons for their failure to other factors will forever remain failures. Following a set path means following the requirements of the script. When the director wants laughter, the actor must laugh. When the director wants tears, the actor must cry. When the director says go up, the actor must go up. When the director says go down, the actor must go down. If the director asks for laughter, but the actor insists on crying, that's not a good actor. They've initiated their own free will rather than following the script and director's requirements systematically. If everyone could perform their roles well, everyone could go to heaven. The issue is that 回答草草提问，详解赚钱就是一种罪恶。 Soyera. Answering Chanyuan Celestial's questions, elaborating on earning money is a sin. Xiefeng. September 8, 2017. Translation edited by Qin Yu. Question. Esteemed guide. Recently you mentioned, earning money is a sin, and the more one earns, the greater the sin, which is also stated in the Chanyuan values. I'm a bit puzzled because there seems to be a shift towards striving to accumulate more wealth. Could you clarify this apparent change in perspective regarding earning money? Response. Apologies, this proposition might be beyond your current understanding, causing confusion. Let me try to explain, and if it remains unclear, let's postpone discussing it for now. To eradicate the gun, one must wield it. Otherwise, it remains aimed at your head. Earning money is a sin, and the more money one earns, the greater the sin. This represents a macro-strategic concept. In our community where you resided, members no longer engage in the exchange of goods using money. Wouldn't life without monetary exchanges among members be ideal? If you agree, wouldn't it be wonderful if everyone globally adopted our lifestyle? Reintroducing money would lead to a series of troubles, sorrows, and sins. Do you acknowledge the truth in this reasoning? If so, then the concept that earning money is a sin holds true. Will there be money in heaven? Certainly not. In a communist society, currency will cease to exist. Isn't that favorable? Therefore, why do we need to earn money? Because in today's world, whether it's developed countries, countries like China, or even poorer nations, the primary medium for exchanging goods and productivity among people is money, currency. Without money, society would immediately collapse because a mechanism to effectively operate without money has not yet been established. Hence, the entire functioning of society relies on money. In such an environment, if one does not earn money, it's practically impossible for you to go anywhere or to do anything and may even lead to starvation. Therefore, despite knowing that earning money is a sin, we still find ourselves compelled to commit this sin. How do we atone for these sins? Our aim in earning money is not for personal gain, but to invest it in the Life-Genuine era. When the world adopts the Life-Genuine production and lifestyle globally, the entire planet, including people, nature, and other creatures, will benefit. Essentially, we use a portion of sin to establish 9 portions of merit. By doing so, we not only make amends for our sins, but also create an additional 8 parts of merit. Regarding whether earning money is a sin, this can be supported by empirical evidence. The destruction inflicted upon nature, the suffering and oppression people endure for money, and the harm to people's spirits. 这18个问题若回答不了你就是一个糊涂虫. These 18 questions, if you can't answer them, you're a confused person. Xiefeng. December 25, 2017. Translation edited by Qin Yu. What does the Buddha refer to as the myriad sentient beings? Those who cannot answer these 18 questions belong to the myriad sentient beings. No matter how affluent your life may be, if you cannot answer these 18 questions, you're still a confused person. Where do you come from? Where are you going? Who are you? Why is your middle finger longer than the other 4 fingers? Why do you not have eyes on the back of your head? Why weren't you born into a royal family? Did you choose your parents? If not, then who are your parents? Is there fairness in this world? If yes, why worry? If not, what's the use of being worried? If you're poor, why are you poor? If you're rich, where did your wealth come from? Do you have free will? If yes, where does your free will manifest? What will happen tomorrow? What is the value and meaning of your life? Killing a person requires paying with a life. Does killing a cow require paying with a life? How about killing a monkey? Killing a dog? Killing a chicken, a pig, or an insect? Do invisible things exist? If they do not, then you have no soul because the eyes cannot see the soul. If they do, then there are gods and demons, ghosts and spirits in this world, right? Can you distinguish between good and evil, truth and falsehood? If so, is a cat catching a mouse good or evil? Is the person in the mirror real or fake? Is human nature inherently good or evil? Which came first, the egg or the chicken? Will your children show filial piety to you? Can you confidently say yes or no? 生命起点的迷思，答地球草问。 Misconceptions about the origin of life. Response to Dichio celestial question. Xiefeng. October 18th, 2021.